Over the past month, the rise of the terror group known as the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria, or ISIS, also known as the Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant, or ISIL, has beheaded 3 journalists and threatened the life of another man, recently releasing the name of British citizen Alan Henning as their next planned beheading. This week, President Obama addressed his strategy for confronting ISIS, and Secretary of State John Kerry flew to France for a strategy meeting in the fight against ISIS. Kerry says other countries are willing to step up and help the U.S. fight this adversary.
We have countries in this region, countries outside of this region, in addition to the United States, all of whom are prepared to engage in military assistance, in actual strikes, if that is what it requires.
This airstrike campaign differs from the ground war in Iraq. SUU professor of political science Michael G. Stathis has the details.
The intent up front is the main difference, and Obama seems to be committed to basically involve the United States only in terms of an air war, logistical support, intelligence support, and to encourage other allies, principally local allies, members of the Arab League, to involve themselves on the ground.
Rear Admiral John Kirby says this is the next step in the war on terror.
This is not the Iraq War of 2002. But make no mistake, we know we are at war with ISIL in the same way we are at war and continue to be at war with Al-Qaeda and its affiliates.
Reporting for SUTV News, I'm Tim Beery. The second annual Salt Lake City Comic-Con drew record crowds to the Salt Palace Convention Center in downtown Salt Lake City. Beautiful weather and unbridled enthusiasm kept the cavernous Salt Palace jam-packed all 3 days. So I'm here at the Salt Palace on day 3 of Salt Lake Comic-Con, and as you can see, the line goes all the way around the block. This event has grown exponentially in the 2 years that it's been here, and it's only getting bigger. Patrons traveled from both near and far to share their love of comic books and dress in their favorite cosplay outfits. So we're here on the floor with Chanel Murdoch, a Salt Lake County resident, and tell me, what is your costume?
It's Mad Moxie from Borderlands.
Okay, and how long have you planned this? What kind of work goes into a costume, and what do you think of the Comic-Con experience?
A lot of work goes in the costume. This has a lot of detail. It took me probably about 50 to 60 hours to finish it, and I really enjoy coming to Comic-Con, and I enjoy making costumes, and I kind of started my costume role-playing type stuff when I started to find my interest in Halloween.
Not to be undone, Southern Utah University had a large contingent of people at the event, including a recruiting booth, as well as 100 students who won tickets from KSUU Thunder 91.
I got my ticket. I heard through it from a friend. She told me about the radio station had a contest, or first couple people to repost and get a free ticket to Comic-Con. So I did a repost about 3 or 4 times, and here I am.
For SUTV News, I'm Tim Beery. Hundreds gathered in celebration of Forever Red Night on the upper quad of Southern Utah University in Cedar City. Forever Red Night is the 3rd event in President Wyatt's inauguration this week. There's booths for scholarships, free food, live music, rock legend Chuck Negron, and there's going to be fireworks. Headlining the event was rock and roll star Chuck Negron, formerly of Three Dog Night. Following the concert, President Scott Wyatt gave out prizes ranging from t-shirts all the way up to scholarships and a MacBook Pro laptop valued at over $3,000.
$500 for being able to read those numbers backwards.
SUU students and KSUU radio personalities Sherry Riggs and Rich Wilson got the opportunity to MC the night and introduce Chuck Negron to the crowd.
It's such an honor to be able to go on stage and present a huge opportunity for a brand new radio station of Thunder 91 to, just look at this. Look at this crowd. It's so great. It's been really, really awesome.
This is kind of my last hurrah. It really is. I'm leaving in December. And so that they would let me have the chance to be up here, it's kind of like a good, goodbye, Sherry. Peace out.
Rock and roll fans were not disappointed tonight. Chuck Negron has put on a heck of a show. This really sets the stage for homecoming weekend. Reporting for SUTV News, I'm Tim Beery. SUU students, veterans, and Cedar City residents paid homage to our nation's fallen Friday, September 19th, in honor of National POW MIA Day. The ceremony recognizes Americans who have gone to war and paid the ultimate sacrifice. Vietnam veteran and retired Navy Captain Ronald B. Lewis says the numbers of those missing are staggering.
I'm here to honor and to remember the 83,000 Americans who are still unaccounted for. Their families deserve closure. Bring them home for burial with honor.
SUU student veteran Sam Findlay organized the event on campus and arranged for Captain Lewis to speak on the veterans' behalf.
I've been in the military now for 5 years, and being a student and alumni here, when I first came here, I didn't really notice a lot of, everyone supported the military and they were willing to wear the yellow ribbons, but no one was really doing anything beyond that. And so I wanted to bring veterans to the forefront of everyone's minds.
SUU student veterans were honored to be asked to participate in the event.
I am very honored to do it. I don't feel, worthy or adequate, but I know that it's a very important task, so I'm very honored to be able to take part in that.
It's just really important to me to let other people know the importance of this day.
From the Student Center, I'm Tim Beery, SUTV News. Southern Utah University Convocations invited former U.S. Poet Laureate Billy Collins as the first featured speaker for President Scott Wyatt's Inauguration Week on the campus of SUU. Students, faculty, media, and advisors came and enjoyed poetry and paid tribute to those who fell on September 11, 2001. Students came for the 9/11 tribute and ended up enjoying the poetry along the way.
I really enjoyed it. It was good to hear Billy talk and hear poetry. It wasn't something I've heard a lot of before. The poems? Some of them were really funny, and then some of them were a lot deeper. And so he had a good assortment of, or a good variety of different poems. Well, I originally came just for the 9/11 portion of it, and stayed. I got really interested in the poetry he was reading, and each poem just kept getting better or more interesting.
Billy Collins is the first featured speaker during this week of President Wyatt's inauguration. His appearance is one more reason SUU stands out among the crowd. From the Hunter Conference Center, I'm Tim Beery, SUTV News.